So, time for some leadership, but the whole course is about leadership. But this specific task is more about thinking about leadership and that you should have your own idea about how you can become a leader in a green transition. There is so much said and written about leadership since I don't know. And if you look upon different sources, you'll see that there are different leadership styles and ways of becoming a leader, and so much to choose from. But to simplify things, it's not that you should have a specific model to work with. It's more like you must build your own models from your understanding of yourself. One thing that really bothers me is people sometimes confuse management with leadership. And one of the things that people sometimes say, at least in Swedish, in my leadership, i mitt ledarskap. To me, it sounds like a manager who has been taught how to express oneself, to become a leader, whereas that person actually is a manager with certain ideas, adhering to a hierarchical structure, doing things what is right or maybe wrong from an ethical standpoint, but it's something else to be a leader. And I choose this picture because if you look upon these different aspects of management and leadership, you see that some parts you already touched upon. If you look at the leader there, for instance, has a growth mindset and also leads with influence, believes in experimentation. And a lot of those things are also very specific for entrepreneurship. That is the base for this course as well. So these are things to reflect upon in this task. As for the competencies that we brought up as needed to lead in a green transition, you see there are still 7 of them, and we've addressed particular ones earlier. But when it comes to leadership, you see that it concerns all of these aspects. Of course, as a leader, you need to be able to collaborate. You need to take action for things should happen. And of course, you should manage your growth, have a growth mindset, possibly, and ground yourself, have ethical moorings. And also scout the future, be able to reframe the system and engage with society, because maybe in society it's where the main problems are. So, what sources should one choose if one wants to have good material to reflect upon leadership? Well, it's hard. I looked upon TED, and as you can see, if I put in leadership or something similar, you find over 1,000 different resources. So I had to pick a few, and of course you can watch whatever you like, but I think these ones will give you a good overview or a reference for good reflections on leadership. The first one maybe you have seen as a movie. It's from Forrest Gump, and maybe this is not the leadership that we intend or want to have. The second source is Dave Logan, who talks about tribal leadership from a book he wrote, and it's becoming a bit old, but still it's interesting to see how you can move from the individual perspective up to a collective perspective and different stages. Of course, there are other theories about this, but I think it's worth reflecting, and especially today when we have a lot of political problems, etc. The second TED Talk I chose was from Rosalind Torres, who's speaking about how to become a great leader. And it's different to David's, and in that case also brings something new into your thinking, hopefully. And of course, there is so much more to say about leadership, and you probably have experienced yourself in many ways. And that is what the task is about. It's not to say that you should write something particular that I want you to write. It's more like a chance for you to write your beliefs about leadership and how you relate to that. Good luck.